Hey there, cruise lovers. Welcome aboard Travel Vibes. If you're over 70 or just cruising into your golden years with curiosity and courage, you're in the right place. Because cruising isn't just about the destinations. It's about rediscovering yourself at sea. It's about waking up to ocean sunrises, sharing stories with new friends, and knowing exactly where the best lounge chair is by day 2. You're not the average traveler. You're thoughtful. You pack light, but travel deep. You value comfort, clarity, and calm over crowds and chaos. And today, I've got something special just for you. We're diving into 15 secret cruise benefits that most seniors don't even know exist. Quiet perks cruise lines rarely advertise, but absolutely make your journey smoother, safer, and more satisfying. So grab your cup of tea and hit subscribe to Travel Vibes for more real-world cruise tips that honor your experience and elevate every voyage. Let's set sail together. Benefit number 1. The secret to a better cabin without paying more. If you've cruised before, or even just dreamed about it, you probably know how important your cabin location is. For travelers over 70, this becomes even more true. What many first-time cruisers don't realize is that cruise lines often quietly place senior guests in more convenient locations. You might book a standard inside cabin and end up midship, near the elevator, or in a low-motion zone that makes walking to dinner feel effortless. No announcements, no upgrade emails, just a silent nod of respect to your comfort. Why does this happen? Because cruise companies know something most travelers overlook. Well-rested seniors come back. They leave glowing reviews, book future voyages, and recommend the experience to others. That's good business. It's not favoritism, it's smart hospitality. Just like airlines often seat frequent flyers in the smoothest rows, cruise lines reward mature guests with small touches that matter most. So next time you book, don't be shy. Kindly mention if you'd prefer a quiet location or something close to the elevator. You're not asking for a favor. You're helping the crew help you. A better night's sleep, a shorter walk to breakfast, and maybe even a surprise balcony. All possible, if you simply ask. Benefit number 2. Hidden concierge. Perks for seniors. No suite required. If you've ever felt a bit overwhelmed by new cruise technology, apps, QR codes, digital menus, you're not alone. Many seasoned travelers prefer real conversations over screen taps. And here's where things get interesting. Although concierge service is often reserved for guests in luxury suites, many cruise lines now quietly empower their crew to assist older passengers with a soft, personal touch. Especially if you have loyalty status, or simply look like you could use a hand. You won't find a sign that says Senior Help Desk. But if you walk up to guest services and ask, chances are you'll get more than just an answer. You'll get someone who truly listens, someone who may help you book a show, secure a special dinner table, or even walk you through the app step by step. This isn't about being treated differently. It's about being treated with dignity and care. Because experienced travelers deserve a smoother journey. So don't hesitate. Ask. You'll likely be met with smiles, not sighs. Benefit number 3. Smoother shore days for seniors. Even without asking, for those who love cruising, shore excursions are often the highlight. Stepping onto new lands, tasting unfamiliar food, breathing in a different rhythm of life. It's what makes every itinerary feel like a new beginning. But for seniors, especially those who value comfort, pace, and safety, port days can bring hidden stress. That's why many cruise lines quietly step in to help. Without making a fuss, staff may offer priority access to tender boats, escort you to early boarding zones, or guide you toward shaded waiting areas. You don't need a sign that says Senior. You just need to show up and trust the system built to support you. Even better, many excursions are now designed with low-impact walking options, more rest stops, and attentive guides who understand that some travelers move with more care. So if you enjoy exploring without rushing, or prefer guided tours that blend adventure with balance, you're exactly the kind of traveler cruise lines quietly look after. Just speak up at the excursion desk. A little communication often unlocks a lot more comfort. Benefit number 4. Custom meals without extra fees. Because your health matters. For many cruise lovers, dining is more than just a meal. It's a ritual, a joy, a daily highlight that brings people together around flavors from around the world. But for travelers over 70, especially those with dietary needs, it can also be a quiet concern. The good news? Most cruise lines don't just tolerate special meal requests. They welcome them. From low-sodium entrees to softer textures or smaller portions, the culinary team is often more than willing to adjust. And they do it with heart. What's truly special is this. Many of these modifications come without extra charges. Because cruise kitchens understand that your comfort and wellness aren't extras. They're essentials. Even better, chefs may offer to recreate off-menu dishes or serve familiar comfort foods if asked politely. It's a level of hospitality that often surpasses restaurants on land. So whether you're managing blood pressure or simply crave something gentle and warm, don't hesitate to share your preferences. You might be surprised how far a little honesty takes you, and how much care comes back in return. Benefit number 5. Social companionship that goes beyond the ballroom. Cruising isn't just about where you go. It's about who you connect with along the way. For many seniors, especially those traveling solo or as part of a small group, the idea of starting a conversation or joining an activity can feel a little daunting at first. That's where the Gentleman Host program quietly shines. While it's often thought of as a dancing service for solo ladies, it's so much more. These well-spoken, friendly hosts are often available to play cards, share conversation, or simply join you for a coffee or evening event. Think of it as social support, not performance. No pressure, no expectations, just real, easygoing connection. Cruise lines understand that many mature travelers value companionship without obligation. A little laughter, a bridge partner, someone to sit beside during a live show. So if you enjoy light conversation, games, or feeling like you belong, without the need to sign up for everything, this quiet benefit may be just what you didn't know you were missing. Benefit number 6. Medical watchfulness. That feels like family. One of the quietest comforts at sea isn't found in your cabin or at the buffet. It's the peace of mind that comes from knowing someone's quietly looking out for you. Cruise ships may not be floating hospitals, but they are remarkably prepared when it comes to senior wellness. Medical teams are trained not just to respond, but to notice. A minor dizzy spell, a change in energy. They often check in again later, without making a scene. For older cruisers, that kind of gentle vigilance can make all the difference. You're not being monitored. You're being cared for, like family. And the best part? It doesn't interrupt your experience. It supports it, quietly, respectfully, like an invisible safety net beneath every step. So if you live with a chronic condition or take daily meds, don't hesitate to inform the ship ahead of time. You're not being difficult. You're giving the staff the chance to protect your cruise and your confidence before trouble starts. Benefit number 7. Stress-free boarding and disembarking. No badge needed. Let's be honest. Airports and cruise terminals aren't exactly the most relaxing places. After a long flight or early morning wake-up, the last thing any traveler wants is to stand in line for an hour, juggling luggage and paperwork. And yet for seniors, something almost magical happens. Without announcing it, many cruise lines quietly offer priority handling to older guests. Whether you walk with a cane or simply look a bit worn from travel, staff are often trained to guide you toward shorter lines, quieter check-in desks, or shaded seating while you wait. There's no senior lane sign, no special card to flash. It's simply awareness in action, an unspoken recognition that your energy is precious. Cruise lovers over 70 know the value of calm. They've earned the right to start their journey with grace, not chaos. And when you feel cared for before you even step on board, it sets the tone for the entire voyage. So next time the crowds feel a little too much, just ask. You may be surprised how quickly the crew makes space for your comfort and your ease. Benefit number 8. The best seats in the house. Even without asking for cruise lovers, nothing beats the thrill of live music, comedy, or a sunset lecture with ocean views. But let's face it, finding a comfortable seat in a packed venue can feel like a game of musical chairs. That's why many guests over 70 enjoy a quiet advantage. While not officially announced, staff and ushers are trained to assist senior travelers with kindness and care. If you arrive a few minutes early or look around uncertainly, someone will likely guide you to an easy-access seat, sometimes in a reserved section, sometimes right on the aisle. This isn't about privilege. It's about comfort, balance, and safety, especially if climbing over strangers or navigating dim stairways isn't ideal. Much like how Broadway theaters often help older guests get seated first, cruise crews do the same, with a smile, not a spotlight. So if you value a good view, soft lighting, and a little more legroom, don't be shy. A warm glance and a polite word can land you the best seat in the house, without a single complaint. Benefit number 9. Easy mobility help. No forms, no fuss. Sometimes, even the most well-planned cruise takes a little detour. A sore knee, a twisted ankle, or simply more walking than expected. For travelers over 70, that can turn a relaxing day into a challenge. But here's the quiet relief most don't know about. Many cruise ships offer mobility aids like wheelchairs or walkers, often available for extended use, and without the usual paperwork or rental fees. It's not in the brochure, and it doesn't come with a barcode. It simply comes with compassion. Staff understand that comfort equals confidence, that a bit of help today could save a trip to the medical center tomorrow. So if walking the long hallway to the buffet feels harder than usual, just ask. Whether it's a wheelchair, a cane, or even a helpful arm, you'll find that most crew members are trained to assist discreetly and respectfully. You're not being a burden. You're being cared for like a valued guest should be. Benefit number 10. Enrichment that feeds the mind, not just the schedule. Cruising isn't just about buffets and beach stops. For lifelong learners, especially those over 70, it's also about curiosity, culture, and conversations that stay with you long after you've unpacked. That's why many ships quietly host enrichment programs designed to engage mature minds. Think expert talks on ancient history, art appreciation sessions, music theory, or even basic tech skills for staying connected at sea. The surprising part? These sessions are rarely advertised with flair. They often appear in the smaller print of your daily planner, tucked between trivia games and spa specials. But if you take the time to look, you'll find that these hidden lectures can be the most rewarding part of your voyage. For those who love to learn while they travel, it's like discovering a private university at sea, with no exams, just inspiration. So next time you're flipping through the schedule, don't just look for what's loud, look for what's meaningful. Your next favorite topic might be listed right after the morning stretch class. Benefit 11. Dining that feels familiar, where your seat feels like home. For many cruise travelers, dinner is more than just a meal. It's a rhythm, a chance to unwind, reflect, and share stories at the end of the day. And for guests over 70, that rhythm matters even more. That's why many dining teams quietly take the time to place senior guests in more thoughtful settings. You may find yourself by a window, seated in a quieter corner, or beside companions who share your pace and interests, even if you didn't ask. Cruise staff understand that older travelers value consistency, calm conversation, and comfort. No loud distractions, no racing to finish. Just a peaceful table, night after night, that feels like your own. And while it's not officially listed as a perk, this kind of attention speaks volumes. It shows that the crew sees you not just as a guest, but as someone whose experience deserves intentional care. So don't hesitate. Mention your dining preferences on day one, whether it's an early seating, soft lighting, or simply good company. It's often the quiet details that make every meal feel like coming home. Benefit n 12. Gentle disembarkation. Because the last impression matters most. Let's face it, no one likes the final day of a cruise. It's early, it's busy, and the magic of the voyage can easily be lost in the rush to disembark. But for travelers over 70, many cruise lines go the extra mile to quietly ease the exit process. From helping with luggage to guiding you through customs or escorting you onto a shuttle, staff often step in with a smile and a steady hand, without making it a big production. You won't find it on your itinerary, but this kind of behind-the-scenes support is very real. It's designed to reduce stress, avoid long waits, and leave you with the kind of farewell that feels as smooth as your first welcome aboard. If you've got more than one bag, feel a bit wobbly on your feet, or just need a moment to breathe, don't hesitate to ask for help. You'll be met with kindness, not judgment. Because after days of being cared for at sea, you deserve to end your journey the same way, with grace, ease, and dignity. Benefit n 13. Solo savings for seniors. The quiet deal you didn't know existed. Traveling solo can be a beautiful thing. You set your own pace, follow your own curiosity, and never have to compromise at dinner. But let's be honest, solo supplements on cruise ships can feel like a penalty, especially for older guests who simply want peace, not a party. Here's what most don't realize. Many cruise lines quietly offer reduced or even waived solo fees for seniors, particularly on last-minute trips or repositioning cruises. Why? Because mature travelers are seen as calm, kind, and consistent, everything a ship hopes for in a guest. You may not see this perk advertised on websites or brochures, but if you call directly or work with a seasoned travel agent, the savings can be surprisingly generous. So if you're craving ocean air and independence, don't let the solo price tag stop you. A quiet question could open the door to a world-class experience at half the cost. Benefit number 14. Hidden social circles that make you feel right at home. Cruising solo, or even as a couple, doesn't mean sailing in silence. For many seniors, the most heartwarming moments come not from excursions or shows, but from the simple joy of connection. While cruise lines may not advertise it, many ships naturally host casual senior gatherings. Morning coffee chats, quiet card games, unspoken traditions like walking laps on the deck after sunrise. These aren't loud or flashy. They happen in the library, in a sunlit corner of the lounge, or right near the atrium piano. And if you're over 70, you'll often find yourself drawn to these little pockets of kindness, not by schedule but by shared rhythm. It's in these soft, unplanned moments that laughter feels effortless and new friendships form over shared experiences, creaky knees, or simply a good hand of bridge. So if you ever feel a bit alone, don't retreat to your cabin. Find a quiet table. Sit, smile, say hello. On a ship full of stories, there's always someone ready to hear yours and share their own. Benefit number 15. Tech help that feels supportive, not embarrassing. Let's be real. Today's cruises are more digital than ever. From Wi-Fi logins to QR code menus and booking your show seat with a tap on an app, it can feel like you need a tech degree just to order lunch. But here's the reassuring truth. Most cruise lines now quietly train younger crew members to assist older guests with tech-related tasks, and they do it with patience, not pity. Whether you're struggling to connect your phone or can't find your dinner reservation online, Someone nearby is usually happy to help. You don't need to feel embarrassed or apologetic. In fact, asking for assistance often leads to a warm interaction, maybe even a few laughs. And more importantly, it gives you back your freedom to enjoy the cruise at your own pace. So if the app has you scratching your head, just ask. Chances are, help is within arm's reach, and it comes with a smile, not a sigh. They say cruising is for the young at heart, but the truth is, age is your anchor of wisdom and your sail of freedom. Being over 70 doesn't limit your journey, it enriches it. Because with every year, you've earned something cruise lines quietly respect: experience, clarity, and presence. The hidden perks we uncovered today aren't about special treatment. They're gentle acknowledgments of your life lived and your desire to keep exploring with grace. So when you step aboard next time, do it with open eyes. Notice the small kindnesses. Speak up for what brings you comfort. And cruise not just as a guest, but as someone whose presence shapes the voyage itself. Because you're not just taking a cruise, you're cruising with confidence, with purpose, with heart. If this video gave you insight or peace of mind, give it a like and subscribe to Travel Vibes for more honest, uplifting advice made just for seasoned travelers like you. Now it's your turn. What quiet cruise benefit made your trip easier, warmer, or more meaningful? Drop it in the comments below and let's inspire each other. Until next time, stay curious, stay kind, and sail with joy.